Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Washburn and welcome to a video tutorial about reading library ebooks and audiobooks with the Libby app. In today's video, I will provide a brief description of what Libby is, then I will provide step-by-step instructions for downloading Libby on your device, using the Libby hotbar, adding a library card, searching for an ebook or audiobook, borrowing books, putting books on hold, borrowing books that were once on hold, returning a book, renewing a loan, opening a book to listen or read to, changing the book appearance, bookmarking pages, and adjusting the listening settings of audiobooks. There is a lot covered in today's video, so if you would like a written guide of all the content, click or tap on the link in the description below. Tapping on the link will bring you to the Tech Skills website created by Colorado State University's Center for Healthy Aging, where you can view the written guide for Libby and other video tutorials. Before we get into today's video, I want to clarify that Libby nor any of the books featured in this video did not pay us money or sponsor us to create a video for their app. We create these videos to support older adults who are interested in learning more about their mobile device. Libby is an app where libraries can allow its members to borrow and read library books and audiobooks. Users can put books on hold or be added to a waiting list just as you would for a physical book at your local library. In order to use Libby, users must have a valid library card and PIN to add a library to the app. Many library cards expire after 3 to 4 years, so if you can't remember the last time you renewed your library card, it might be time to do so. Users can also add multiple library cards to the app, as long as each card is valid. In the state of Colorado, residents can get a library card in any city or district as long as they have a valid state ID. Active military service members, veterans, and dependents also have access to the Department of Defense's library, which can be accessed with their military ID. Finally, Libby is available on smartphones, tablets, Kindle Fire e-readers, Kobo e-readers, and laptops accessed via a website. In today's video, we will go over the Libby app that most people use on their smartphones, tablets, and Kindle Fires. Next, I will show you how to download the Libby app on your device. First, tap on the app to download other apps on your device. For iPhones and iPads, this would be the App Store. For Android phones, such as Google Pixel and Samsung, this would be the Google Play app. For the Kindle Fire, this is called the Amazon App Store. Upon opening the App Store or Google Play, or the Amazon App Store, tap on the search icon. On the App Store, the search icon is located at the bottom right corner. On Google Play, the search bar is located at the top of the screen. Next, tap on the search text box located at the top of the screen and type in the word Libby using the keyboard. Then, tap the search or enter key at the bottom right corner of the keyboard. Next, locate the app for Libby by Overdrive. Adjacent to the Libby app, tap on the download icon. The download icon may look different depending on your device. It may have a downward arrow with a cloud behind it, or have a box that says Get or Download. If you do not see the Libby app on your device, scroll down by dragging a finger from the bottom to the top of the screen. Once you have downloaded Libby, the Libby app will appear on the home screen. Before we get into step-by-step guides for using the Libby app, I first want to provide an overview of the hotbar on the Libby app, which will always be located at the bottom of the screen when using the Libby app. Knowing what each icon does on the Libby app will make navigating Libby easier. I will discuss each icon from left to right. Starting on the left, there is a magnifying glass. This is the search icon where we can search for books and audiobooks. To the right of the search icon is the picture of a building. This is Libby's home icon. Tapping on the home icon will bring you to Libby's home screen where you can view pre-made collections and new arrivals at your library. Located in the middle is a stack of lines called the menu icon. This is where you can add a library card, locate settings of the Libby app, and find technical help about the app's features. Moving towards the right is a stack of books. This icon will bring you to your shelf, which is where you can view the books that you have checked out and put on hold. This is where you can return a book or renew a loan. You can check out books that have been on hold on the shelf as well. The last icon on the hotbar on the right-hand corner is a clock. Tapping on the clock will bring up a timeline of books you have recently checked out. This is the only icon we will not talk about more in depth in today's video, as there aren't a ton of things we can do here. Now that we are vaguely familiar with the actions of the hotbar, let's learn how to add a library card. Remember, on the Libby app, you can add multiple library cards, increasing the number of books that are available to you. First, on the home screen, tap on the Libby app icon. If you do not see Libby on the home screen, drag a finger horizontally to view different pages of the home screen. Tap on the menu icon located at the bottom of the screen. Tap Add Library located under Your Libraries, then tap on Library Name, City, or Zip to display the keyboard. Next, type in the name of your local library. Then, tap on your library under Matching Libraries. Next, tap the button that says Sign in with my card. Then tap Card Number to type in your library card number. Then tap the next button. Finally, tap on PIN to type in your PIN, and tap on the Sign In button to finish adding your library card. Now that we have added a library card, we can start to look for books we are interested in reading by using the search function. First, tap on the Libby app icon on the home screen. Then, tap on the search icon located at the bottom left corner. Then, tap on Search located at the top of the screen to display the keyboard. If you do not have a book in mind, you can also tap on any of the rectangle buttons under the words Explore with Filters to browse books. Next, type in a book title, series, magazine, or author. As you type, Libby will start to generate book titles that you can tap on. You can also tap on Search to generate more books. In the picture, I searched for the author Suzanne Collins. After tapping Search, Libby will generate a list of books. To view more books, scroll down vertically by dragging a finger from the bottom to the top of the screen. Another way to browse books is to use the Filters icon. After tapping on the search icon, tap on the filter icon located under Explore with Filters. The filter icon is characterized with the stacked horizontal lines of decreasing length. After tapping on the filter icon, tap on the gray rectangles to choose what you are interested in. For example, if I am looking for a book that I want to read right now, I will tap on Available Now. Once you have tapped on the filters, tap on Show Titles at the top right corner of the screen. Now that we have learned how to search for a book, let's look at how to borrow a book and put a book on hold if it's not available. There are two icons that indicate whether a book can be placed on hold or if it can be borrowed right now. To the right of each book title is a colored box. If you see the box has a grid of dots inside it with a clock in the corner, it means the book is unavailable at the moment and can be placed on hold. We can see this icon with the first book at the top. If the colored box only has a plus or add icon in the corner, it means the book can be borrowed right now. This is seen next to the book at the bottom. To borrow a book, first tap on Borrow, located to the right of the book. Then tap on the dark pink Borrow button, located at the bottom of the screen. To put a book on hold, tap on Place Hold, located to the right of the book. Then tap on the dark pink Place Hold button, located at the bottom of the screen. Next, we will look at the steps to borrow a book that was placed on hold, but is now available. Usually, Libby will send you a notification when a book you placed on hold is available. On the right is a picture of my notification center, which is found by dragging a finger from the top to the bottom of the screen. Here we can see Libby has notified me that some books I put on hold are available. These notifications will also usually appear on your lock screen as well. To borrow a book that was placed on hold, first open the Libby app by tapping on the Libby app icon on the home screen. Then, tap on the shelf icon located at the bottom of the screen. The shelf icon is the stack of books. Next, locate a book that says Ready to Borrow above it. Then, tap on Borrow. If you're not seeing the book you received the notification that it was available, you can scroll vertically to find it. Next, we will discuss how to delay the delivery or lapse a book that you placed on hold but is now available to you. This is helpful when you aren't ready to borrow a book. When you delay your hold, you won't lose your place in line. Instead, it will allow the person after you in the hold line to borrow the book. Then, the next time the book is available, you will be able to borrow it. Similar to borrowing a book that was placed on hold, that Libby notified you was available, tap on the shelf icon located at the bottom of the screen. Next, locate a book that says Ready to Borrow above it. Then tap Deliver Later. By default, Libby will notify you the next time the book is available after 7 days. However, you can drag the teal slider horizontally to control the approximate delivery time. Dragging the slider to the right increases the waiting period before the book is available to you for borrowing, while dragging it to the left decreases the waiting period. This allows you to choose a time frame that works for you. Know that adjusting the waiting period does not necessarily mean that the book will be available on the exact day you set it for. Many libraries allow books to be checked out anywhere from 7 to 21 days, so if there is a limited number of books that your library has, your waiting period may be longer than what you set it as. Now that we have learned how to borrow an ebook, let's learn how to open the book to read it or listen to it if it's an audiobook. After you borrowed a book, tap on the shelf icon located at the bottom of the screen. Then, tap on Loans located under Shelf near the top left corner of the screen. Then, tap on Read With. Libby will then give you the option to send the book to a Kindle e-reader or Kindle app through your Amazon account. Or you can read it within the Libby app. For this video, we will only look at reading a book through the Libby app. To open an audiobook for listening, tap on Loans under the word Shelf near the top left corner of the screen. Then, tap on Open Audiobook. Note that after the first time you open a book within Libby, it will automatically start downloading to your device. Libby requires an internet connection to download the book to your device. This allows you to read or listen to the book without an internet connection in the future. Downloading an ebook takes up approximately 20 megabytes of storage on your phone, which is a very small amount of storage. When the book is returned, the book will no longer take up space on your phone. Next, let's discuss how to return a book and renew a loan. On the Libby app, books will be automatically returned once the loan expires, so you do not necessarily have to worry about returning the book manually. Libby will not charge you if you forget to return it. It will just be automatically returned once the loan expires. First, tap on the shelf icon located at the bottom of the screen. Then, tap on Manage Loan next to the book. To return a book, tap on Return Early. To extend the return due date for the book, tap on Renew Loan. Note that if others have the book you are reading on hold, you will not have the option to renew the loan. It will be grayed out as seen in the picture. Next, we will look at how to change the book appearance for eBooks. This section includes changing the text size, font type, and page color of the book. First, we need to open the book. These steps might look familiar. First, tap on Shelf located at the bottom of the screen. Then, tap on Loans at the top of the screen. Next, locate the ebook you would like to read, then tap Open in Libby. Before we open the menu settings within the book, I just want to show you how to turn the pages in the book. To turn to the next page, drag a finger on the screen horizontally from right to left. To turn to the page before, drag a finger on the screen horizontally from left to right. Next, tap on the middle of the screen to display the menu. This is a diagram of the menu within a book. Tapping on the back icon, located at the top left corner, will bring you to your shelf in the Libby app. To view the table of contents and jump to different chapters within the book, tap on Table of Contents located at the bottom of the screen under the name of the chapter you are currently on. Next, we will look at the three icons located at the top right corner of the screen. Starting from the left to right, we have a button with the letter A, which allows you to edit the text size, font type, and page color. Moving to the middle, there is a search icon characterized by the magnifying glass, which is used to search words within the book. Last, on the right, we have the bookmarks icon, which is used to view pages you have bookmarked. We will look at how to bookmark pages later in the video. To change the appearance of the book, tap on the letter A. First, we will look at how to change the text size. Under the word Text Scale, we have a slider tool where we can drag a finger horizontally to adjust the text size. To increase the text size, drag the slider to the right. To decrease the text size, drag the slider to the left. If you need larger text sizes, tap on the button next to Include Accessibility Sizes. This button is located under the slider to the right of the screen. Next, we will look at changing the page color, which is located under Lighting. Libby gives us three options: Tap on the bright box to read black text on a white colored page. Tap on sepia to read black text on a tan colored page. Tap on dark to read a white text on a black colored page. Next, we will discuss how to change the font type. If you do not see this, you can scroll down vertically on the screen. Libby has a limited amount of fonts you can use. To change the font type, tap on the font name. If you do not like any of the options shown first, you can tap on Custom to view more font type options. After you are done customizing the book appearance, drag a finger from the top to the bottom of the screen to return to reading the book. Next, we will look at how to bookmark a page. To bookmark a page, tap on the upper right corner. You will see a bookmark appear. Usually, Libby will open the book to the page you were last on, so it is not necessary to bookmark when you are done reading. Bookmarks make it easier to find a specific page for the future. To view pages you bookmarked, tap on the middle of the screen to display the menu. Then, tap on the bookmark icon located at the top right corner. To jump to a page you bookmarked, tap on the page number. Libby will organize the bookmarks by chapter. Next, we will take a look at the listening settings of audiobooks. This includes adjusting the speaking pace and adding a sleep timer. Starting at your shelf in Libby, tap on Loans at the top of the screen, then tap on Open Audiobook. Before we get into adjusting the speaking pace, let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with all the buttons on audiobooks. At the top left corner, we have the back button, which will return you to your shelf on Libby. Then we have the pause play button located in the middle of the screen underneath the book cover. This play button is characterized by a triangle. When the book is currently playing, the play button will be replaced by the pause button, characterized by two parallel lines. We use the pause play button to stop the book recording and to start listening to the book recording. On each side of the pause play button, we have two buttons that have the number 15 in them. On the left, we have a button with the number 15 and an arrow pointed to the left. This button allows you to rewind the book by 15 seconds. On the right, we have a button with the number 15 and an arrow pointed to the right. This will skip forward in the audio recording by 15 seconds. Underneath the play pause button and current chapter name, we have the words Table of Contents, which allows you to view the chapters of the book and jump to a different chapter. Next, we will look at the icons located at the top right corner of the screen. We will discuss these from left to right. On the very left, we first have an icon that looks like a speedometer. This button is used to adjust the playback speed, also known as the speaking pace of the recording. Directly to the right of the speedometer, there is a crescent moon button, which is the sleep timer. This feature allows you to set a specific amount of time the recording will play for before stopping. On the right side of the sleep timer, we have the bookmarks icon, which will allow you to view all the times you have bookmarked. Then, on the very right, we have the icon to bookmark the current time spot in the audiobook. To change the speaking pace or playback speed of the book, tap on the speedometer at the top of the screen located near the middle. On the right, drag the slider vertically to increase or decrease the speed. You can also tap on a predetermined speed on the left as well, as opposed to using the slider. If you would like the speaking pace to be slower, drag the slider upwards. If you would like the speaking pace to be faster, drag the slider downwards. Finally, we will talk about the sleep timer feature. This is a useful tool if you tend to fall asleep while listening to an audiobook. This tool allows you to preset an amount of time the audiobook will play for. First, tap on the crescent moon icon to access the sleep timer. You will notice the sleep timer looks very similar to the playback speed tool. On the right, drag the slider vertically to indicate when the audiobook will pause. You can also select the amount of time on the left side of the slider. To decrease the amount of time the audio recording will play for, drag the slider towards the top. To increase the amount of time before the audio recording will pause, drag the slider towards the bottom. We covered a ton of features within the Libby app in today's video. If you would like a written guide of all the content for the Libby app, tap on the link in the description below. Tapping on the link will bring you to the Tech Skills website created by Colorado State University's Center for Healthy Aging, where you can view more video tutorials and step-by-step guides. I hope this video was helpful for learning how to use the Libby app.